Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news. In a recent press interview, Dana White was asked if Nate Diaz had approached him about a potential fight with Francis Ngannou. Dana had this to say.
With him, and he said in an interview that he said the only opponents in the UFC he'd like to fight or interested in was Ngannou and Adesanya. Do you remember that meeting? And what was your reaction when he said that?
That Nate Diaz said Ngannou and Adesanya?
Nate said the only guys in the UFC he'd be interested in fighting was Ngannou and Adesanya, but it's not that he wanted to fight them, just they were the only best ones in the sport right now. So.
And what should I say to that?
I'm curious what your reaction was when you say that. Do you just sort of go, okay?
Imagine having a conversation like that. Come on.
Fair enough.
Nate Diaz versus Francis Ngannou. What should I say?
Is that what,
stand there holy shit. This is crazy.
Shortly after this interview, Nate Diaz responded to Dana's comments via Twitter. Diaz posted, Dana said Francis Ngannou was injured and couldn't fight right now. I don't know why he was so confused in the interview. And in the last 9 months, I've been offered 0 fights and I asked for 5 legitimate opponents. Thank you for the kind words, can I go now? Ngannou joined in on the conversation and tweeted, the past 2 years before my injury, I didn't get my 6 fights though. Brian Ortega suffered an unexpected defeat to Yair Rodriguez after dislocating his shoulder in the first round of their UFC Long Island bout. After the fight, Ortega apologized to Yair's family backstage. I know most people were disappointed that the fight ended prematurely. If it went the distance, who do you think would have walked away with the win? Conor McGregor has never been one to shy away from a party, and recent footage from multiple sources has captured him partying in Ibiza for his 34th birthday. Fans have been waiting for the announcement of his return for some time now, considering it seems like his leg is finally healed. No news yet on when, but we have seen a fan throwing his hat to him in hopes of a signature at a party in Ibiza, only to see it stomped on. Everyone is waiting for an announcement on his next fight, but Conor doesn't appear to be 100% yet. We should hear something before the end of 2022. In a recent interview with SiriusXM, Pedro Munhoz reacts to Sean O'Malley's making fun of his eye injury after the controversial fight at UFC 276. Pedro states, "We were still in the octagon and he just walks up to me and gives me a hug. And first he shakes my hand and then he hugs me. So I hug, I embrace him back, and then he says I'm sorry. That's the words he said, like I didn't mean to poke you in the eye, you're a legend, something like that. And I said, man, I know you didn't mean to poke me in the eye. O'Malley says, you know, it's really bothering me right now, and we can run this back. Then his coach right next to him, says, yeah, let's run this back. And that was the only words we exchanged, But that shows a lot about his character too, because less than an hour later, he was making fun of me on the internet. So, literally they apologized in the octagon. A couple hours later, he was making fun of the eye poke. Tom Aspinall recently joined Michael Bisping on his Believe You Me podcast and had this to say about his upcoming bout against Curtis Blades.
I've been absolutely smashing the strength and conditioning. I'm in the best shape by far that I've ever been in my life. So the conditioning is very good. The strength, I feel like I'm stronger than ever before, to be honest. Especially because I'm getting a little bit older now. I'm coming back end of the 20s, coming up to 30 now, and I just feel like I'm just getting so much more physically strong the older I get.
Yeah, but that does happen. Is that I mean, I'm assuming that's a conscious thing because obviously, you know, the smart money would say that he's going to try and wrestle you. And wrestling, if you can stop the timing, then it becomes, of course, technique is a big part of it, but strength is also a big part. The stronger your hips, the stronger you are in general, and the longer you can go for, more chance of stopping those takedowns. Is that part of the plan?
Of course it is. You got to be, and I've got, not even just for Curtis, but for future fights as well. Like, I've got to be, these are big, strong dudes that I'm fighting. Do you know what I mean? They're absolutely no joke. So, but I think my strength, my physical strength is so underrated. Like, just because I'm not like a big muscle-bound guy, I'm like, find me a guy that I've took down who can move on the floor. Like, there's not one. Do you know what I mean? I'm so physically strong, and people, because I'm not a massive muscle-bound guy, people kind of look past that, I think. But loads of people I train with and stuff over the years, and people that I fought just said, man, you're so strong. Yeah. And people don't really talk about that too much.
The UFC has released footage of Gilbert Burns having a friendly grappling match backstage with one of the cut men at UFC Long Island.
African jiu-jitsu is different. Let me help him out.
You suspect.
Okay, you G. Hey, I'm out. Hey. Give me that man. Okay. End of the round.
Jorge Masvial recently took to social media to give us an update on his trip to Jordan.
Oh snap. Oh shit. You guys ready to eat or what?
Check this out.
We're back at it again. No way.
Terrace, free terrace, bro. From every side you have a terrace. This is insane.
Oh, look at this. Oh. So cute.
Ibiza.
Like tomatoes with you put the guy in the noodle. Cook tomatoes with me.
One of the things we're doing here in Jordan, I'm the Canadian farm. We're developing an app called Reputation. Basically, it's a British store app.
Bro, what's happening? You know, this is what's happening. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Enjoy it. Sahdan, bro.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.